Hey everyone, it's been a really long time and I had an opportunity to go live. I need to get on my mat. It's been a long day of meetings and being on Zoom, sit, stand, desk, working from home. Sound familiar? And this is me getting on my mat immediately before I do anything else. I have no idea what's going to happen. I hope that you enjoy it. Maybe you're going to join me live. That would be really awesome. And welcome to my new space. Let's see how it goes. All right. So join me on the mat. Come into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Grab all the props, grab all the things that you might need for your practice tonight. So good. So I've been sitting a lot and I sit in my desk chair. I pull my legs up and I sit like this. So I'm going to do something different right now, which my body needs. You can sit any way that you want to. All right. So just relaxing your arms by your side or in your lap, wherever works. You can close your eyes or keep your eyes open. And start to deepen your breath. So as you connect to your breath, it naturally deepens, and you can breathe in and out through your nose. I was feeling for tonight, I want you to practice in a way that feels really good to you. So this is about giving back to yourself. So if you need to take a break, do something different, stop doing something, you get to do it. You always get to do it. But especially now, that's our intention. All right, so you can open your eyes or keep them closed. We're moving into shoulder shrugs. I'm sitting with my legs in Gomukhasana. You can stack your knees. You can sit up on a blanket. You can straighten the bottom leg to get this seat. But like I said, that was the seat that I needed to be in for my body today. Take a deep inhale into your upper back. Hold the breath. Shoulders up, shoulders straight back, squeeze the shoulder blades together and draw them down. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, move the middle border of the shoulder blades together, and I jut my head forward, and you really want to track that. Have your skull bones aligned, right? They're like balanced on top of your neck. Bend your elbows, inhale into upper back. Exhale, send the bottom tips of the shoulder blades and the elbow tips together, squeeze and draw it down. And then just roll it out. Get some movement in there. And move into a side bend. Take your left hand out, reach your right arm up, and exhale into your side stretch. Feel for lifting your heart, opening up. You can reach into the side bend, letting your head hang. Find a good, comfortable way for your head to be. And take the top arm and reach it into neck release. So letting your head go, left ear towards left shoulder, your right hand hovers above the earth. And you allow yourself to be present and here now. And inhale, ease your way upright, help your heavy head up, stack the vertebra of the spine, lengthen upward, lift your left knee up, and we're in a seated twist position. Left hand behind you, this is Ardha Matsyendrasana. Reach your right arm up, and exhale, bring the arm to the outside of the thigh. Something I've been trying lately is to take the arm around the front here in this position and push the knee out and pull in with the arm. So you create a dynamic there that I'm really digging a lot lately. So you have this push-pull between the arm and the leg, or you can press the tricep into the thigh to twist. but do what feels better to you. Go ahead and experiment. Shoulders down, take a deep inhale, lengthening up, and exhale, twist. All right, release. Let's go to the second side. Stack your right knee on top. Sit any way that works for you, or you're in Gomukhasana legs. Shoulder shrugs. Take a deep inhale into your upper back. Hold that breath. Shoulders up, shoulders straight back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and draw them down. Take a deep inhale into your upper back. Exhale, move the middle border of the shoulder blades together. Draw it down. Bend your elbows. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, move the middle border of the shoulder blades and the bottom tips. Try to get those elbows as if you could touch them back behind you and drag it down. And then roll it out and go in. Make sure you go in your non-habitual way. For me, that's rolling forward. It's a whole lot easier to roll back. Side bend. Take your right hand out. Inhale your left arm up and exhale into your side bend. Draw the shoulders down and lengthen. Relax your neck, letting your head hang. Slow, steady breathing in and out. And feel it feels really good. So it's important in the yoga practice as we feel inward and as we track how we're feeling and get connected, that we really savor what feels good. So often we're thinking about alignment and what could be better, what am I not doing, what am I doing incorrectly, how can I do it better. Tonight, just feel good. And taking your top arm, reaching it to the left, coming into the neck release, letting the head hang, and just enjoying this moment. Letting the head be heavy as we connect inward to our breath and link breath to movement. We're getting that mind-body connection. And inhale, come on up. Help your heavy head upright. Let's do that twist. Lift your right knee up, Ardha Matsyendrasana. You can take your left arm around the front of the thigh, and remember you're going to push out with your knee and in with the arm. And that creates a really, for me, it feels really solid. I like the dynamic of that isometric. Right hand behind you. Inhale, lift up through the crown of your head. And exhale, twist. And you can complete that twist if you feel good looking over your right shoulder. And inhale again, growing the spine up tall, and then exhaling, twisting into it, and maybe looking over the shoulder. Great. And release. Let's come forward to all fours, pad your knees, and move right into some cat-cow stretches. So you're lengthening your spine. And let your body move any way that feels really good right now. So maybe it's a tail wag, a hip circle, a shoulder roll. Tuck your toes under and lean back so you stretch the backs of the toes, and turn your fingertips to point back towards your knees and give your wrists a little bit of a stretch. Just continuing to warm up all the parts of the body tonight so that we can get maximum effect out of our practice, go deep, and feel really good. Palms face up, fingers pointing towards the knees. All right, you might want to use blocks. You can have one block under each hand, using 2 blocks, or you might use some books. Right foot forward, come into a lunge, and just move your body forward and back. Starting to wake up the hips, the hamstring, inner groins. And it's just nice to be moving, right? So feeling into that deep gratitude for this moment, this healthy body, these teachings, and the ability to be present with each other. Maybe not in real time, but lift your back knee up and come into a runner's lunge. So runner's lunge, you're like in runner's starting blocks. You're up on your fingertips as you can. And let your hips descend towards the mat as you lift your left thigh bone up towards the ceiling. Feel that strength and power through your back leg. And lengthen through your heart, sending your chest forward, spreading open through the collarbones. Now draw your right hip a little more back. Keep the left hand down and take a twist open to the right. As if your right hand was attached to a helium balloon, lifting up and out and opening up your heart. Maybe you lean your heart a little more into it. And then exhale your hand down and straighten your front leg any amount. So you might go straight, you might really need to keep it bent, up to you. You can step your back foot forward a little bit, but keep the heel up. So your hips stay neutral right now, and just take a bow forward any amount that works in your body. You can also keep the knee down, and you could be in Ardha Hanumanasana, the half split that would be here, shimmying your foot forward and bowing over the front leg. Either thing, a modified Parsvottanasana pyramid or Ardha Hanumanasana. All right, bring that knee down. Let's change sides. Step left foot forward, coming into your lunge, and move your hips forward and back. Check in with your breath. What's feeling really good? If something's not feeling good, how can you change it so that it does feel good? All right, coming into runner's lunge, lifting the back knee up without lifting your hips up. So you've got the strength and power of your core, shooting energy right back through that back heel. Send your heart in the opposite direction. Let your hips descend towards the mat. You can square your hips, pull the left hip back, bring the right hip a little more forward. And let's take a twist here. Lift your left arm up, opening up chest. Take a deep inhale, really reaching up to the sky and leaning the heart open. And then exhale the hand down and lift your hips. You can come into that variation that we did on the other side of pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana, or put the knee down and do your half split. Breathe and allow. All right, bringing the knee down. Let's step on back and come into downward facing dog. So go ahead and lift your hips up. You can have your knees, both knees, very, very bent as you need. Really lift your sit bones up towards the sky, lengthening your spine. Unfurl your spine, your tailbone and sit bones lifting up. So you're up on your tippy toes. That's fine for this first moment here. And you might stay there if you ever have a hamstring injury. Go up, lift up. So now once you've got the length in the spine and your tail curling up towards the sky, ease your heels towards the earth. And broaden across your upper back. And then from there, walk it out. Just letting your body move. Let it be fluid as you bend one knee and then the other. All right, from here, you are welcome to come down to all fours or stay with me in a three-legged dog. Lift your right leg up or be a three-legged dog on your knees. And exhale, hug your right knee into your chest, pull the belly in, round the spine. If you're on all fours, it looks like this. Inhale, reach the right leg back again, and exhale, curl that knee into the chest. Let's keep going one more time. Take that right leg back, and exhale, curl it in. And then put the foot down and take your left leg up. Inhale, reach it back. And exhale, hug that knee into the chest. As you roll forward, you're coming towards a plank. Press the earth away. Inhale, reach back. And exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, curl in. Reach it back and bring the foot down. Come on down. And take a child's pose. Sink your hips back to your heels, extend the arms out or by your side, and just pause, feel. All right, make your way up to the front of your mat. You can do that any way you like. If it's accessible, walking your feet up to where your hands are. And let's stand at the front of the mat in a forward fold. Hang out, bend your knees as much as you need. Hold opposite elbows. Just let your head hang. Relax your neck, relax your jaw. Release the arms and slowly roll your way up to stand. All right, I'm going to do this whole practice with my socks on and my heater on. Here we go. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Step the right foot back. You can put the knee down if you like, or keep it up. Inhale, arms up. Adding in some movement, hands down, stepping back to plank. You can slow it down or stay with me. I'm going to go fairly quickly because my body really wants to move tonight. Low cobra, hands forward. Inhale, draw your chest forward and up. Exhale, come on down and back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, knee up or down, up to you. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands down, step up to the front of your mat. And inhale, come on up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back. Inhale. Hands down, step back to plank. Exhale, lower. You can always put your knees down and come through a half plank to the earth for low cobra. Inhale. Exhale back, downward dog. Lunge, left foot forward. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step up to the front of your mat. And we're going to sit down and lay down. Let's do some abs. Take your left thigh, wrap it around the right. So eagle legs, knees going straight up, elbows skyward as you clasp your hands behind your head. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up. Exhale, squeeze the sit bone, squeeze the inner thighs, send the knees up, send the elbows up, pull the lower belly down. Inhale, breathe into your lower back. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the sit bone, squeeze the inner thighs, send the knees up, pull the belly down. Inhale, rest head into the hands, relax your shoulders. Exhale, scoop that tailbone up, squeeze the inner thighs, send the knees up, pull the belly down. So you're not curling into a little ball. The knees and the elbows go upward. So it's almost like you're creating, if you imagine your spine like a U shape, and the ends of the U are the elbows. Bottom of the U is the lower back, and you're scooping the tail up. One more time. And release your head down. Wrap the legs the other way. Curl head and shoulder blades up. Inhale into your hips, your pelvis. Press that top rim of sacrum down. And exhale, scoop the tailbone up. Squeeze the inner thighs. Send the knees up. Pull the lower belly down. Rest your head into the hands. Deep inhale into your lower back. Exhale, scoop the tail. Squeeze the legs together. Curl that tailbone up. Pull the belly down. Let's do 4 more on your own. All right, release. Hug your knees into your chest. Coming into your variation of either frog, you're gonna lay on your back and have your legs go in, both legs 90 degrees straight out to the side. You can rest your feet on the wall, or you could go into straddle. So we'll do abs in one of those leg positions. You choose. Elbows skyward, hold your head, keep your head heavy. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, send the thigh bones out. Pull the lower belly down. Inhale, rest head into the hands, breathe into your lower back. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, send the thigh bones out. Pull the lower belly down. Inhale, long spine, reach out through the thighs. Exhale, curl the tailbone up. Go for 6 more on your own using the breath. And it's not a big lift, more feeling of the deepest part of your abs, right there above the pubic bone and below the belly button. And reaching out through the thigh bones to open up the hips. And you can change midstream. I'm going to try adding a few moments in frog. And release. All right, to come up, you can roll to one side, or you might want to roll forward and back. Keep yourself in a little ball. Inhale, come forward, and come back up to stand. See if you can do it without using your hands. Let's move a little bit more. Ready? Oh, feels so good to move. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, fold. Right foot back. Inhale. Hands down. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, back, downward dog. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Inhale. Hands down. Step up to the front of your mat. Exhale. Inhale. Come on up. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one like that. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Left foot back. Inhale. Hands down. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower. Upward dog, cobra. You choose. Left foot forward. Hands down. Step up, front of the mat. And rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Utkatasana. Bend the knees, lower the hips. Shoulders, plug your arm bones into the shoulder socket. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Turn on your core, lift your heart a little bit, and let's twist. Take your right elbow to the left thigh. feeling for, you're drawing if your two sit bones were on a wall, feel your right sit bone, bring it back, it probably left the wall. And now, lengthen your right ribs forward. So the right hip goes back and the right ribs come forward. Then you might open your arms or stay just as you are. Take another big breath in and release, come back to center. Take it inhale. And exhale, twist the other way. Sit bones. Imaginary wall behind you. Bring that left sit bone back towards the wall. At the same time, your left ribs come forward. Bring it out. All right, release, fold. Step back to a plank. Exhale, you're lowering, coming into either cobra or upward facing dog. And back to downward dog. Let's step the right foot forward and come into Virabhadrasana 2. Warrior 2. Heel to center, arch or heel to heel. Nice deep bend. Feel your hips and your pelvic bowl. Like it's not spilling forward. It's not spilling back. You're just neutral spine. Really root into the outer edge of your back foot. It's hard in socks. Press down into your front heel. Reach up, lean on back, reverse warrior. Come through center, place the forearm onto the thigh and bring your left arm up and over by your ear and lengthen. Be light on your right forearm so you're not down here, shoulder by the ear. Drag that shoulder down. Lift your right ribs up away from the thigh. Extend any amount more through the left side of your body. How's your breath? Reconnect to breath. Reconnect to this moment right here, right now. Sweep your hands down to the mat. Step back to your plank. How you roll, up to you. You can come all the way down. I'm going to come into a boat pose, all the way down on the belly. Lifting the feet, the hands, the heart. Bringing the spine into extension. And exhale, back, downward dog. You could do upward dog cobras for the rest of this. I want to encourage you to find your way. Bring your left foot forward, warrior 2. Strong reach through your back leg and come into reverse warrior. You can lean on back, your back hand down the back leg, or maybe you support at the top of the hip. Come on up, place that left forearm onto the thigh. Draw the left shoulder down and extend. Release, hands down, step back to all fours. Coming into a bent arm downward facing dog to connect into the muscles around your chest, your pecs, the muscles that stabilize the shoulder blades. So you're going to bend your elbows. When you saw that I kind of rolled my shoulder, do a shoulder roll. Shoulders up by your ears, shoulders away from the ears. And then send your elbows towards the earth with the elbows bent. And keep that. And then lift your hips up. And if you can't lift your hips up with elbows bent, keep your knees down. All right, from here, you can start to straighten the arms and bring your right foot forward. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1, leg facing front edge of your mat. Nice deep bend in the front knee. Slow, steady breath. All right, from here, let's do a twist with a hand on the floor. So your legs are going to stay in the warrior 1, and you're going to put your left hand down on a block, the way I just did, or maybe not a block. Keep your right knee bent, my right shin energetically moving towards the front of the mat, my right hip. It's winging in. It wants to wing out, wing it in. Yeah, you can really see that. The hip going back, the shin moving forward. This leg is really dynamic. And then, woo, open up the chest and the heart. All right, bring the hand down. We're going to add something here because it would be really nice for my body. Bring your back knee down. Let's do a lunge and bring the heel in towards your butt. So a little quad stretch, little psoas and hip flexor stretch. You can get this standing if that would be better. I'm going to grab with my right hand, I'm grabbing onto my right thigh bone and I'm tractioning the thigh bone forward because I need some space. I'm pressing down and out, grounding the hip down, creating space in the hip joint. All right, release from that. You can choose what you want to do. I'm going to come down for another Shalabhasana, locust pose. Lift the feet, the hands, the heart. All right, pressing back to downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Virabhadrasana 1. Deepen your breath. Really feel what your body's creating here. You've got your legs apart and yet you're attempting to bring the hips back into neutral. Your back leg is back behind you, so the right hip is always going to be a little bit behind the left. And bring right butt, right sacrum a little more forward. Energetically speaking, press into the outer edge of your back foot, and maybe you deepen the bend in the front knee. All right, twist it out. Bring your right hand down, put it on the block as needed. Keep the left shin moving forward. Left hip, draw it back. So the hips stay as neutral as you can. And then open. What you do with your neck, up to you. Maybe you look down. Maybe you hang it to the side. Maybe you look up. Let your drishti is your gaze, your direction. Let it be internal. I close my eyes and feel. That's my drishti. Release the hand down, back knee down. Lunge, bringing the heel in towards the butt. Let your body sink down. So allowing yourself to be fully present every moment you remember to come back to feel your breath. That's the practice. It's a practice of returning to presence over and over again. All right, friends, release. Let's come down onto belly. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Draw your shoulders down. Lift the feet, the hands, and the heart. And come on up. And release. Let's head on back. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Both legs straight and strong. Heel to center arch. Maybe not as wide a stance as your warrior, but that's entirely up to you. Your left hip, it's going to come forward a little bit as your right hip goes back. Hand on block, shin, wherever. You can keep your spine long, so you're not rounding. See here, I'm rounding my bottom ribs. Lengthen. Maybe you look up at that top hand. To look up, no strain on your neck. Lengthen your skull bone so you kind of move your chin back and then look up. And there's no strain. If there is strain, go back, start again. Go to the side, maybe let your head hang. If you have strain and you want to just look down, let it go. Left hand on the hip. Come on up. Ardha Chandrasana. So balancing now on one leg, opening up. You could check it out for a moment, for a breath. You could stay. Maybe you take your left hand to the left foot. Chikasana variation in Ardha Chandrasana. Step it back. Cobra upward dog, maybe Shalabhasana. You choose. What does your body want to do? All right, step the left foot forward into triangle pose. Press into the ball of your left foot. Keep that right hip slightly leaning forward. And lengthen. Right hand to the hip. Shift your weight. Come on up to balance. Release out of that, and let's step back to all fours. Dolphin with dolphin variations. So dolphin is a forearm downward dog. You can do it or not. You can take a leg up, I'm going to move towards dorsal fin, where I'm gonna take one arm up first, then I'm gonna grab my foot. Not for everybody. You must be very flexible to get that. And the reason that I do it is that it helps me connect into my shoulders because I have to go on one arm, so I have to create stability. So that is very healing for me. So that's one of the reasons that I do it. So what's going to be healing for you? I want to encourage you to do that. So forearms can be parallel. You can clasp your hands, have a triangular base. If you're moving into the one-arm dolphin, you must have forearms parallel. So I'm going to come onto my right forearm. This feels incredibly good to my body. If it feels crappy, if you're like down here, this is not good, where the shoulder's up by the ear. You want to lift out of it and really turn on those muscles. Muscles bringing the shoulder blade away from the spine. Chest muscles are turned on, and I'm pressing forward and down. So I'm creating stability for my body, and it feels great. So right forearm is down, left foot is down, and I've got my right foot. You might be just taking a leg up. You got 5 breaths in each variation that you do, each side. Time to move on to the second side if you haven't already. Maybe you're lifting your, I don't know, is it the left leg? Yeah, lift your left leg up, or you're on your left forearm and your right foot, and lift the right hand first, and then the leg. Ease on out of that. Come all the way down. We're going to do one more set of standing postures. Come into Adho Mukha Svanasana, the downward facing dog, please. Step your right foot forward into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Straighten your front leg, hands to your hips. You might step your back foot forward a little bit, moving into twisting triangle. You might want to block. Hands are on your hips. Pull the right hip back, bring the left hip gently forward so you really have more neutral hips. And then from there, hinging forward from the hips. Keep your right hand, thumb in the crook of that right hip. Left hand comes to the floor, to a block. Left hand can come to the foot. That's challenging to balance with the hand on the foot. You might try that. You might put your hand over on the outside. Really feel what's going to serve you. Right arm comes up. So you've got this whole twist that you've created. But create it slow. It's not about the twist. You got to lengthen the hamstrings and lengthen the spine first. And then spiral. All right, we're going to unwind. Look at the floor, right hand onto right sacrum. I like to use a block for twisting half moon, Pavrita Ardha Chandrasana. So left hand on the floor underneath your shoulder. Now your upper body is making like a capital letter T. You're lengthening in both directions. And then twist. Let's come on down. Step back, downward dog, forward to plank, lay down on the belly, interlace your fingers and lift up. Both with hands clasped. Shalabhasana, locust pose, clasping the hands. Release down, head on back to downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Here, one, hands on the hips, straighten front leg, step back, foot forward. Bring left hip back, right hip forward. Hinge. And the spine is long, left thumb in the crook of that left hip, lengthening it back. Hand on the block, hand on the mat, the foot or the outside of the foot. For more stability, press into ball of the left big toe and back into the outer edge of your right foot. Coming out of that, face the earth, left hand on sacrum, lift up, use block if you like it. Release. Step on back and make your way down. All right, come onto your belly. Left forearm parallel to the top of the mat. Grab onto your right foot and kick the right foot back and open right side of chest forward. So instead of opening up this way, lengthen your body. Knees are in line with my hips. It's not winging out to the side. It's in line. Let's go to the other side. This was not a back bend sequence. And that being said, my spine needs a little traction. So I'm going to do a modified camel just to get that. Squeeze a block between your thighs, hands on the sacrum. Push down into the shins and lift the heart. So I'm just changing it up a little bit to get maximum traction here. Okay, because my body really welcomed that moment. Now, come on down onto your back and set up for bridge. So we're going to come into bridge over a block. So I hope you have a block. If you do not, you could come into bridge or just lay on your back and do these leg movements. Don't do the leg movements if you don't have a block in bridge. If you don't have a block, lay flat and take your right leg up. You can put a strap around the foot or hold anywhere on the leg. If you are in bridge, looks like this. Your block could be on the lowest level. Do what works for you. And we're going into, you can see I'm in like a split on my back. You can do this without the block, absolutely. And just enjoy being supported by the earth or being supported by the block, however you are. And then letting gravity have your split, right? So the legs are opening and gravity's helping you get a little bit more stretch. And hopefully it feels really nice in your body. All right, now cross your right ankle over the left thigh. If you are laying on your back, do supine pigeon, that's figure 4 back release. If you're in bridge over the block, crossing the ankle and staying right here. Hip is externally rotating, right thigh bone opening, right knee descending towards the mat. And just enjoy, again, we get to celebrate gravity. Because usually in most of our practice, we're kind of not fighting against gravity, but we are working against gravity, right? To create stability, to work our muscles, to hold ourselves up. And now give into it. Okay, a last position if you are in the bridge over the block, try this. If you can bring your right foot so it comes back into, this is a Virasana shape. If you're laying on your back, just stay a little longer in that last pose we did. All right, coming out of that, let's go to the second side. So you're gonna stretch your right leg away from you, or maybe the right foot is still on the floor, the knee bent, and you're gonna take your left leg up. That left leg, you can hold anywhere on the leg. You could use a strap, you could bend the knee. And cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Supine pigeon if you're laying on your back, or also called figure four back release. Left thigh bone, reach out, and the left knee descend towards the earth. And that third position, if you want it, bringing the foot back. If you're over the block and you have room to do it, it can feel really nice. If you are already on your back, hug both knees into your chest. You might go into happy baby. If you are over the block in bridge, move the block out of the way and take your time coming down. And then hug your knees into your chest. If you want to move into happy baby, that's great. If happy baby is a pose that feels good in your body. If not, cross the ankles and hug your knees in. Knees go wide, ankles are crossed, almost like you're in a cross-legged seat, a little slightly different. But really, I love this, feeling how the sacrum gets grounded. Remember what leg is on top. And then switch it. So you're either here hugging the knees in, you've got one leg crossed, and we just switch to the second side, or you've been in happy baby, and you can play around in happy baby, do what feels good to you. So a lot of twisting and hamstring and hip opening tonight. Let's finish up with a twist to each side, twist of your choice. And anything else that would feel really good and quieting, balancing to your body now, right? So you want to stay close to the earth now. And then something that would feel relieving to your body. So
Twists are great. Plow pose, shoulder stand. Do those things if you have a regular practice of them, not a great time to learn. And you get to come into Shavasana. Thanks so much for practicing with me. Enjoy your rest.